the most realistic replacement for New World has been delayed. And no, I'm not talking about New World Eternum. I'm talking about Chrono Odyssey. So if you don't know what Chrono Odyssey is, it's an action combat MMO being made by a Korean developer. Now, they have mostly made mobile games in the past, and the game itself is going to be published by Kakao. I know for a lot of you, there's going to be a lot of warning signs there. Alarm bells will be ringing. Sure, I get that. But honestly, Chrono Odyssey is probably my most anticipated MMO at this point. That's a bold claim, but I'm going to stand by it. Now, we don't actually know too much about the game. On the Steam page, they promise a seamless open world. They have something called the Chrono Tector, which is an artifact that'll allow you to stop time or rewind time. No idea how that will work. Sounds very interesting though. And the game, I think, seems like it's going to be mostly PvE focused, because whilst they do talk about dungeoning and raiding, they talk about challenging raids, challenging dungeons and all that kind of stuff, PvP only gets a slight mention on the Steam page. You can look forward to getting rewards for clearing dungeons, group dungeons, and PvP content, but it doesn't tell us any more about what that PvP content is. I mean, at least it's there, right? It's not like we're going to have none. It just doesn't look like this is doing what New World did, where it sort of originally came out as a PvP game. Well, no, it was originally made as a PvP game, and then they changed it before it came out, like a year or two before it came out. This game is, I think, sort of setting its sights saying, we're mostly PvE. Don't go expecting like Throne Liberty's PvP or Ashes of Creation PvP. I don't think that's what you're going to get here. They do say there's going to be meaningful harvesting and crafting though. I mean, they use the word meaningful. We'll have to wait and see how meaningful it is and how useful it is and how good it is. But basically the main reason to be excited is that it's an action combat MMO being made on Unreal Engine 5. And the trailer looks insane. The visuals look very nice indeed. Now, we come to the problem, which is it's actually been sort of delayed, which is weird because it didn't really have an announcement date. So how's it been delayed? Well, it is being published by Kakao, as I mentioned, and Kakao do quarterly financials. And in Q1, their financials said it was coming in 2025. They have this page where it shows release dates, and it sort of implied it was early 2025 just due to the positioning. Well, they've literally just had a financial call today, last night, depending where you are in the world. And in that, it shows that Chrono Odyssey is coming Q3 2025, or at least that's the anticipated date. Interestingly, another game that sort of fits most of the criteria that I just said, Arcade 2, that's still scheduled for 2025, but it might be sort of like Q4 or even maybe Q1 of 2026 because they say financial year, and I'm not really sure how that works in Korea. But yeah, it looks like we're getting it. At the minute, it's scheduled for Q3. I would expect maybe a little bit of a delay because MMOs always get delayed. I think we can anticipate this one being anywhere from like September to December next year, which, if that is the case, by the way, when are we going to get a test? I would assume we might hear something at Gamescom. I think we'll see more gameplay or another trailer at Gamescom this year, which is on the 20th of August. But my assumption is at some point they'll want to test this to a global test audience, right? And it is coming out globally according to Kakao. Hopefully it's globally at the same time. That would be great. But yeah, I suspect, you know, if it's coming out Q3, which is literally in 12 months time pretty much, between now and then, we'll have to see some kind of bigger test. That will be when we really find out what this game's about. Future J here. Apparently, in the Korean financial update, they said there should be a closed beta test in Q1 2025. And if you've not noticed, I'm not quite done with New World. I'm wearing my little New World t-shirt today, actually. I'm not quite done with New World. I'm going to give New World Eternum a fair crack. I'm not excited about New World Eternum because, you know, I think we all know what it is. But I still love New World a little bit. I know the play numbers are awful. I know they didn't make content for a year. But I'm not going to let that get in the way of the little bit of fun that I might be able to have. I mean, as a content creator, obviously console might be something that's relevant to me. But I don't really want to make content on games that I don't care about. I think I need some kind of passion about what I'm covering. Otherwise, I think it will definitely show through. My passion for New World is a little bit low. My passion for Chrono Odyssey, though, well, I'm still hyped about that. Let's see how that goes. I think what I'll end up doing, I know this channel is called New World Oddity. I'm sure you can appreciate that that might not be the case after New World Eternum, depending on what we get in the roadmap and stuff like that. I'll probably make this channel basically my action combat MMO that I'm playing channel. And there's 3 or 4 main games in that list that might be relevant. 2 of them I don't think will be games that I stick around for a very, very long time. One of those is Soulframe, which is basically the fantasy equivalent of Warframe. The main issue with that is that it's not actually an MMO. It's going to be I think some kind of like pseudo co-op game. Either way, I'm interested in the combat. I like the look of that game. I am also interested in Dune Awakening. I think Dune Awakening though will be mostly for people who wanted the original New World, you know, with the PvP side. Not sure how much PvE will be in that. Obviously, they do talk about it being optional and stuff like that, so we'll see. I myself am more of a theme park PvE Xer. Dune's definitely a maybe. I think we'll get more information about Dune at Summer Game Fest as well. In fact, we know we're going to see gameplay, so I just said Summer Game Fest. I meant Gamescom on the 20th of August-ish. And then the other two are the Kakao games. Chrono Odyssey, proper action combat MMORPG right there, so, you know, if that is as good as we hope it is, then I'll definitely be following that. I think out of the three that I just mentioned there, that's probably more like a traditional MMO as opposed to the other two. And I think so is Arcade 2. So Arcade 2 being made by, well, it isn't actually Kakao. It's like Excel Games, I think. Arcade 2 is not going to be anything like Arcade 1, they're saying. It's going to be more of a, not a single player experience, but more like story based. I think there will be PvP because they have mentioned Guild v Guild stuff, but I wouldn't expect anything like Arcade 1. I'm expecting more these PvX theme park games from both Chrono and Arcade 2, to be honest. Which a lot of you might be turned off by, but I'm actually turned on by. I'm also turned on by my voice at the minute. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit mumbly. I've been a little bit unwell, and my voice is definitely showing that. I think my wife's finding it sexy though, so hey, what can you do, you know? I'm actually unwell though. But yeah, those 4 games I think will be the ones where, you know, maybe this channel will be heading in that direction. And I'm excited, right? We could have New World Eternum, Soulframe, then maybe Dune in the gap, then maybe Chrono Odyssey, then Arcade 2. You know, there is stuff to talk about, reasons to be hyped. And I've sort of found out about myself recently, I'm more of a theme park kind of guy than rather like an open world PvP, always on kind of guy. I don't know if I really want that. I think Ashes of Creation might be the exception because it's going to have so many different systems around it. So I'm still covering that on my Ashes of Creation channel. And yes, I know I have too many channels. Like, that was a mistake. But it's all because of New World, basically. New World messing up. I was trying to think of many words there, and messing up is what I came with. New World messing up basically caused this situation where I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still looking for that one MMO. Maybe Chrono Odyssey will be that. For now though, I hope you have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.